Oh man, there's nothing I love more than fun surprises. That's right, fun surprises. And I just got a fun surprise here because I recently came across information that every single deck of these brand new Blue Crown Inspire playing cards comes with an inspirational message card. That's right, an inspirational message card. I was unaware of this, but I guess those folks at Blue Crown really know what they're doing. It turns out that all you need to reveal your secret inspirational message is just add a little bit of flame under the card, and it really tells you all you need to know about yourself, which is just phenomenal, man. You know, really with the technology that's available today, these things are really taken for granted. So you guys get inspired too. Let's see what my message reads. Let's see what my message reads. Oh man. Oh, hey, that's not what? Man. Cuh. There's nothing that people love more than card magic, than card magic. So here I got a hot trick for you guys that you could use to impress your friends and family at the next party that you show up at, because you're not getting invited anywhere. So here's the trick here. Oh boy, here's the trick here. You have the deck of cards mixed here ostensibly to you know, whatever specifications you want, and you spread the cards face up for the spectator, and you have them touch whatever cards they want, and then as they touch, you go, these are fine right here, haha. You know, like a little joke. It's like a prank. You tell them that they could pick whatever cards you want, but then you end up picking the cards for them. So it's like a little prank. It's funny, but then you tell them, well, we'll use these cards. It doesn't really matter. This is going to be a little bit of a memorization test. So you're going to test your ability to recall things, sir. So just take a quick look at these cards, and we'll see where we go from here. So we're actually going to use the Ace of Spades as the main subject here. The other cards are important, but not as important as your friend and mine, the Ace of Spades. So I'm just going to put the ace right there, and your job is going to be to track it. That's right, to track the Ace of Spades. And if you don't use memory, then you, my friend, could use the power of your woman's intuition. You are not a woman? Well, become one. Become a woman and use your intuition. So the spectator is then told to put their finger on whichever card they think is the Ace of Spades. So the spectator, they rummage their dirty little fingers around these cards, but ultimately they go, you know what, right here, I'm going to pick this one. And you go, you had a free choice, sir. You could have picked any card you wanted. And honestly, let's see how well you did. And the spectator turns the card over, and it is indeed the Ace of Spades. And you go, man, you know, nobody's ever done that well. I feel like you had a little bit of tomfoolery, sir. Oh, wait a minute. You cheated. You cheated. You turned all of these into the aces. And then you take out your gun and you shoot him for cheating, because this is the Wild West. Ah, boy. Gay transition. So this is hot. This is definitely hot. You need to do a couple things here, but it's a combination of a stupid Greg Wilson joke and an Ed Marlo Packet Switch. And when those two things make love, you have this simple, easy trick that could lead into whatever ace routine you want. If you want to get into the Dr. Daly's dead trick, you do that. If you want to get into the civil rights trick, you could do anything you want after that. But this is just a way to get into an ace trick using a Greg Wilson joke and an Ed Marlo Packet Switch. So that's the hotness. So here's the setup. You get whatever ace you want, and you put it in the middle of the deck. and then you grab the other aces, and those go on top of the deck. And then that goes inside of your box. And guess what? That's all you need. That's everything that you need to become the life of that's everything you need here. So what you do is you take the cards out and you give them a false cut. See, this is not a real cut. It looks like a real cut, but it's not a real cut. Nothing's happening because you see the aces are still on top. So that's a false cut. Please refrain from doing your emancipated Sybil routine at this point. And please discard any gaff cards that may come with your deck that are unwanted. So please refrain from doing that. But ultimately, you're going to turn the deck over and you're going to look for the ace that you've put in the middle of the deck. Once you spot it, you're going to do this little bit of a clever Greg Wilson joke from Pyrotechnic Pace Sports in his 4 routine where the famous 3-card trick. You're going to sight that ace. You're going to drop the 3 cards around it as you tell them, oh, sir, I want you to touch any 4 cards you want. And right before they do it, you go, haha, right here. Good job, sir. Of course, the joke is that you pick the cards. They didn't pick the cards because they don't have free will. They don't have any free will. So it's like a cute little gag here. And they look at the cards and you tell them, oh, this is going to be a memory test, sir. It doesn't matter the cards. All that matters is that you have good memory and good intuition. Boy. Okay, so here's the really the only move you need to do, which is the Marlo Packet Switch. And to set that up, you're going to grab the ace here and use it to scoop all these cards, much like you use the poop scooper. But you see, as you're doing that, you clever cat, you're going to get a break below the lowermost card here. You see what you've done? Do you see what you've done? You see what you've done? You get a break here because you're going to be set up for this Marlo Packet Switch, which is that you're going to turn over the ace here on top of the deck and say your job is going to be to try to intuit or to try to remember or whatever pattern point you want where the ace of clubs is. You can do that, and the spectator says, yes, I can. And you go, that's great. And then that's your cue here to grab all the cards here under the ace. So you see I'm grabbing all the cards under the ace here as I deal the next cards out to the table. You see what that's done? Marlo, oh boy, if you were here, I'd do dirty, dirty things to you. But you've dealt the aces to the table. Of course, the spectator is left thinking that you're just holding the ace here in your hand as you've dealt the other indifferent cards in your pattern. But you've really surreptitiously switched the cards here. So in concert, it should look like this. You go, oh, sir, you're going to have to do a little bit of a memorization test. But I'll tell you what, our protagonist is going to be the ace of clubs. That's right. The other cards don't matter as much, but the ace of clubs is going to be the card that you're going to need to follow. And if you are as clever as I think you are for watching, subscribing, checking out pigcake.me and going to patreon.com and dropping some hot dollars on Pigcake so that he doesn't have to strip for a living, then I think you would have noticed that my motivation here for putting the ace of clubs back on the deck here to clean up is so that my hand is free to be able to adjust these cards. You see the genius of this packet switch? So let me go over that one more time because I know that there are people from South and Central America that watch my videos and they need everything very, very carefully told. So here it is. You get the ace of clubs and you use it to scoop all the cards up. As you put it on top of the deck, you secure a pinky break right there below the 4th card as you turn over the ace of clubs. Now, instead of just grabbing the ace of clubs, because if you just grab the ace of clubs and deal the 3 cards out to the trick, you're not doing anything sneaky and it's not really a trick. So here's you grab all the cards, you deal the next cards out to the table in whatever way you want, and of course they're going to be askew. So you're going to need to put this packet on the deck to free your hand up to fix the cards. But you see what you've done there? You switched them for the aces. Oh boy, man, there's nothing gay about wanting Marlo. in a gay way. So here, what you've done now is you switched it, so it doesn't really matter what happens at this point. So you turn the ace of clubs over, and you deal it to here, and now you mix up the cards in whatever way you want. Of course, keeping track of the ace of clubs. You keep track of the ace of clubs because it really depends on what card they touch. Now, I know you might be tempted to do a little bit of an equivocate and say, oh, sir, put your left finger on one of the cards. That one, okay, perfect. Put your right finger on one of the cards. All right, perfect. We're going to eliminate those. And you might be tempted here. But I don't do that because I live life on the edge here. So because I know where the ace of clubs is, I know what direction to take this trick depending on what card they happen to touch. So here's the ruse here. If they happen to touch the ace of clubs, which, by the way, I know is the ace of clubs because of this clever marking system on these cards, hot cards, clever marking system. Because I know where the ace of clubs is, if they touch this card, I'm good. That's the best case scenario because I just square these cards up and say, you could have touched any card, sir, but your intuition has led you to the ace of clubs just as you did. But you know what? You did that too well, which makes me think, oh, you cheated. You changed all of them to aces, you dirty piece of shit, or whatever you want to tell them. That's, of course, 1 out of 4 times. What happens if they touch another card? If they touch another card, you say, well, okay, so you could have touched any card, sir. You touched this one right here. Let's see how good you did. Turn over and show me that ace. And then they turn over and they show you a different ace. Notice you didn't say ace of clubs. You said, show me that ace. They show you this ace and you go, wait a minute. That's not the, what did you do here? And you show that all the cards are the aces. And then you shoot them in the dirty mouth for cheating. So that's a Greg Wilson joke and an Ed Marlo Packet Switch that really combine into this cute little routine that ends with first-degree murder that you can do anytime, anywhere. You have a deck of cards and you have about a second to set up the cards in the proper way. So you do that, you enjoy it, and you let me know in the comments below what is your favorite type of cheese. I'm going to go figure out different ways to...
See you again when I see you again. 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 When I see you again.